Welcome. Hatching Tide is a relatively new holiday started by Gili Aliapo around the time of the 7th Umbral Calamity, when she had a dream, or a vision, of the 12 Archons descending from the heavens on decorated eggs. That led her to believe she could use brightly colored eggs to summon the 12 Archons back into the world. Who are the 12 Archons? They were a group of heroes active during the 6th Umbral Calamity. They were the inspiration for Louisoix's Circle of Knowing, whose remaining members became the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. The real-world inspiration for this is Easter, or Pascha, which is the celebration of the resurrection of Jesus Christ. Like the last Valentine's Day, this event is in two parts. The first part, or Chapter 1, is currently active and will last until April 5th, when Chapter 2 will begin. You can do most of the quest on any class level 15 or above. However, there is a fate that requires a combat class. No MSQ is required, but unless you started in Gridania, you may want to do a little. Yes, trial players can do this event. However, note that trial players cannot obtain any form of housing, so housing items can't be used until you subscribe. You always know there's a seasonal event by the decorations in the housing districts and 3 main cities. You may also be walking along in the cities and suddenly the music changes. Oh, I hate this song. It's gotta be the worst music in the entire game. Anyway, there are courteous collectors in each city. They tell you the story of this event and that you need to go to Gridania. So make your way to Maketo's Amphitheater in Old Gridania. Up on stage is a revelrous rabbit, and it looks like it wants to talk to you. You go talk to it, and turns out it's Gili Alipo, or at least that's what it says. And it says she has had another vision or dream, and so everyone now needs to be dressed like a bunny. A likely story. Anyway, she wants you to go talk to her friend, Nonata. Use the Ethernet and go to the Aetheryte Plaza, then head pretty much straight south. You were told to find Nonata, but instead you find another kook in a bunny suit. Apparently, if you did this event before, you recognize the bright-eyed rabbit's voice as Nonata. To be honest, I don't remember her, and being in a rabbit suit doesn't help. So I guess the chickens that were supposed to lay all the eggs for the hatching tide escaped, and Nonata, if that is her real name, wants you to help catch them. But there is a catch. She wants you to wear a bunny suit when you catch them, because Gili's vision. And her visions have never led them astray. They've never exactly led anyone right either. You may have noticed she did not give you a bunny suit. And no, this one won't work. You get it by the F.A.T.E, so don't go looking through your armory chest. So this F.A.T.E is all the way at the southern end of the Central Shroud. You could just leave through the nearby Blue Badger Gate and ride your chocobo or run all the way down there. If you have the Bent Branch Meadows Aetheryte unlocked, you can teleport there, but that gets you less than halfway there. And if you don't have your mount, you'll end up hoofing it. My favorite way is to go talk to the Chocobo Keep and hitch a ride to either Quarry Mill or Camp Tranquil, and then jump off when you see the Golden Bunny. Of course, this requires having those Chocobo Porters unlocked. Okay, so when you get there, talk to the Gold Bunny, the Hatching Tide Helpmeet, and select Leave It to Me to get your pink rabbit suit. This F.A.T.E is a cluckin' catastrophe. No, I mean really. Use your number 2 ability to slow chickens and use number 1 to throw a net on them. More on this later. To complete the quest, you just need to successfully complete the F.A.T.E. Return to Gridania and to the rabbit formerly known as Nonata, and tell that mother clucker you have returned the chickens to their coop. She thanks you and sends you back to the chief rabbit, Gili. After exchanging quite a few egg puns, they thank you and give you your very own bunny suit. Gili also tells you not to go far, because she still has use for you. Other than a little experience, your reward is a full-body rabbit suit. It comes in 2 parts, head and body. The suit is the same for both genders, and yes, it works for Viera and Hrothgar. It can be dyed any color in the game. Additionally, the visor emote lets you bare your teeth. And it does go in the armoire. Once you complete the quest, Dreamer, the Egg Advocate, opens for business. You can purchase the outfit you just got. Why would you? Maybe you accidentally lost or destroyed it in the last few seconds. Besides the armoire, you can place it in the glamour dresser where it can be dyed. So you can keep a copy or multiple copies dyed with expensive dyes. The stuffed rabbit is a little stuffed bunny you can put in your house or apartment. Watch out, he has a carrot, and he knows how to use it. He can also be dyed any color except for metallics. The Hatching Tide advertisement, or advertisement as they say in the aisles, features the artwork from 2018. And then there is the Magic Prism, Hatching Tide. I believe this is available every year. So you can get all this for the low price of 11 bejeweled eggs. How do you get more of these eggs? You do the F.A.T.E. So, you've already done that F.A.T.E. once, but you can do it as many times as you want. You just have to wait for it to pop up again. I recommend dismissing your minion and chocobo. They don't help and just add to the confusion. You need to get a rabbit costume from the Hatching Tide helpmeet, the Gold Bunny. You can't do anything in the F.A.T.E. without it, and no other suit will do. When another Hatching Tide helpmeet shows up, this one in a pink suit, some bunny needs to talk to it and start the F.A.T.E. Then the chickens come. Your costume has 2 abilities, and by default you can activate them with the 1 and 2 keys. If you've changed certain settings, you may be stuck clicking them. The first ability, Seize, is what you use to catch the chickens. This has a very short range, probably around that of a melee attack. You don't seem to have to target the chickens, your net just needs to come down on or near the chicken. However, the chickens are pretty quick, and that brings us to the second ability, Bird Lime. Can be used to slow down the chickens. This has quite a range, and you need to target the chicken in order to use it. It also has a longer recast time. Note that slowing chickens counts as participating in the F.A.T.E. When the F.A.T.E. is crowded, it can be hard to catch any chickens. In that case, you can just stand in the middle, hitting tab to select chickens, and hitting 2 to slow them for other players. I usually get silver using this method. Some bunny does need to catch the chickens, so if there aren't many players, this won't work very well. Getting gold gives you 10 eggs, which is enough to buy both housing items. I've seen silver give 5 or 8 eggs. Bronze, which I got on a very crowded server, gives 3. A few notes on the pink bunny costume. The visor command works just like it does on the rabbit suit. In the normal suit you can laugh, but in the pink costume you are strangely mute. You can remove the costume by pressing Remove Costume. You can go back to the gold bunny to get it again anytime. You may have noticed you didn't get an achievement. This is because you will likely get it after you complete Chapter 2, which begins on April 5th. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Otherwise, give it a thumbs down. And feel free to comment or subscribe, and I'll see you in Chapter 2. Goodbye.